This is Kessben 93.3 FM, a new wave of excellence in radio.
The emphasis here that we enter so Marita taso on some kakra at the far Abramovich, yes, right? General. And Chelsea and so kakra na maminyano na Marita
General. Baby na Sir Franco NDA na me said do be to Chelsea no. Ono be define as Chelsea better so a elite club.
Okay.
And also be bad the lower level. But General, so Arsenal owners, Osha Liverpool owners, Osha Manchester United owners. These are owners already more into sports. Fairway for no only Boston Red Sox. Oka Arsenal mo owners na yeka so mo ye pepe na omo ne only Denver Nuggets. So already you're very dominant our MLS in and yeah, focus it has been in sports for a long time. Put that one aside. Roman Abramovich coming for Chelsea, Alisha Osmanov investing in Everton, Dmitry Rybolovlev investing in AS Monaco, Suleiman Karimov started the Karimov era or Anzi Makachkala. All these were different ideas and another back. Now there was a man very, very closer to any pie friend say Putin Ayaka Wasem General on the screen. Say, oh share say oh say there is an image on the screen now. General, it has a very, very great definition. Why and how the Asian axis decided to start a very big control. So Chinese football no started some be invested a lot of sika, but internally. And Russia for no Xi Jinping or a Chinese president, the best friend, Putin no decided to also be invested in global football and also see externally. As always said, Dmitry Rybolovlev, FR France, Suleiman Karimov stay within Russia and now started to invest in Anzi Makachkala, buying it to Phils after offering Tamalan 28 million euros or signing a no man of 20 million. So function at that age, and Okofa Roberto Carlos at that time, Corinthians at dispatching at discarding from books. So far Roberto Carlos buy at the age of 37, General, 38th birthday, and a man Bugatti Veyron. So on for 1.5 million euros worth value of that car. And the chair Roberto Carlos. So share very closely. Chinese Super League in the rise and the dominance of Russian billionaires in across Europe. Na ya say a boy brand say a number a very parallel. So they decided say no. Say Alicia Usman of Everton, even though only club not outright, but our commercial ties. Now, General, the reality they say, so Osha baby na Anzi Makachkala one there's a city called Dagestan. Dagestan no BBC 4 as of 2011 it defined that area and say the most cruelest sport in Europe. Just say na in the course of Fakra could diagro because now in between Ukraine, Belarus, Poland, now about Shemo Russia. So hona Anzi Makachkala newo. And that after say the potash fertilizer company no devalue no 5.5 billion pounds. Not just say Suleiman Karimov the value nearly seek assembly baffle. Two, there's lack of policy. Christopher Samba Echo joining William joining Eto Phils, Roberto Carlos. But at the end of the 2019-2020 season, no more relegation. Based on the fact that no money licenses, so bet me aboard the Russian elite tier into Dimotu the 30th of Russian football. At this point, I can say Anzi Makachkala, Omuni baby Afabim. Now talk about AS Monaco. Man to compete with PSG. AS Monaco has drop it from. So you was a question back up. A DMRA and a binding and answer a sequence Russia for to be invested. Oh Germany. Based on the Bundesliga 50+1 rule no. Actually say general. So we a foreigner want to be invested in a Bundesliga club or be owning outright. They couldn't go to Spain because Osasuna and let's go Bilbao, Madrid and Barcelona. A different style of ownership. And not the membership. There were fans in the whole. Yen first come me talk and yet limited liability no for one thing about befa. Portugal was similar situation. Italy similar situation. And even with Italy, Andy was making a story, very, very nice story. Say China for about Milan, of course, he say the Chinese has a link to that Xi Jinping policy American wants them. They don't come to invest. They don't look for profit. And anything Abramovich say, because the emphasis of an investment was never about profit. Unlike Fenway Sports. Unlike Manchester United owners, unlike Arsenal also owners, you know, because some already almost sports you know that. So we invest here, they look for profit, they look for returns. And yes, Anna Russia for it here. Russia for no, they were chasing for popularity, how to expand their businesses. It is very similar policy and model to say the Dubai for the Qatar for the they are not meant for profit. They invest. Say the be larger, more businesses, you know. And this is where the end has come. Abramovich and Yemeni Never. Now, in general, as at 2012, na Chinese Super League, you know, and the most league grow rapidly, even more than the English Premiership, based on the fact that it's come investing, they're huge. But why did the dominance came to a low level at this point, general? There's a manner where you're very, very closer to Putin. My friend is Alexander Dugin. He's written over 30 books, and my friend Rasputin, the brain of Putin. On the catch Putin say before bit me dominate back and one as say making sure so what detach the UK from Europe. Oh yeah, that first step now you are making closer to dominance. Why you want to bring the Soviet Union back? On one as I catch Xi Jinping, the Chinese president, say football is the most popular sport. If you want name, if you want dominance, if you want to cross across the West, invest in football. And on also shall say, and you know, mum the office can impie, name be invest in fee, na ma DJ Droba Maba, na ma Hawk Mwaba, na ma Oscar Mwaba, na ma other superstars across the West from England Mwaba. And it brought so much focus onto the Chinese Super League. But what was the model behind it? There was no model policy general. So after investing, the next step was that you need to be moving because plan B anyhow. Chinese Super League you know go. If you tell a player from Europe or about 30 or Premier Song Uncle China, where is Anzi Makachkala? Where is AS Monaco? Everton is going down. Financially, Usman Obey is Canadian free because he abandoned general or my freezing the assets. So that axis, Asian axis, and my friend Eurasia, Europe and then Asia, now Rasputin. At the idea about say before Russia can cross to West, they should invest in sport. General, what's the phone any other ho? Or my freezy Usman of assets. A bomb of Sika when you 13. Wama Chelsea insurance value of $2 billion. Insurance kwa dia momo. Club na yekasa sisi Chelsea no your value no $3.2 billion. Okabo my 5. Take it away from 13 billion. Ni sika na wono. And the omo how much aka. So quickly he needed to exit England because when we say Crawford do say boni sika. And our large company producing metal steel to say they know now working. And a more huge say in this war. So England for Boris Johnson money that was no, this guy is behind everything across Ukraine. Suleiman Karimov is another person or count. Now, general, this is the growth of football over the years. And who say Putin namha, na Xi Jinping namha, it is a plan to dominate the West. The first one was to take away the UK from Europe. That was the Brexit. Brexit, let's see. So it's a baby BNA. Europe is very different from UK. Brexit, Tennessee, football, almost cycle, not about year. And this is where the end has fallen. Wow. I think a very tough general. Okay.
Ideas, yeah. Ideas is sika that is a musika ya bro. Na leading ideas a guaman for trim e studio ha. Kisi musika de kamo fanya hwe.